In the chaos of modern life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by stress, uncertainty, and constant pressure. Yet there is a way to find calm in the middle of the storm, a path to inner peace that has endured for thousands of years. That path is Stoicism. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or withdrawing from life. It's a practical philosophy that teaches us how to master our reactions, strengthen our character, and live with clarity and purpose no matter what happens around us. Today, we're exploring several timeless Stoic principles that can transform the way you navigate life's challenges. These ideas are not abstract theories. They are tools you can use every day to build resilience, emotional strength, and inner stability. By the end of this video, you'll understand how Stoicism helps you remain calm, confident, and grounded even when circumstances are difficult. Let's begin with one of the most important Stoic ideas, having a firm purpose. Imagine setting sail without a destination. You drift wherever the wind takes you, vulnerable to every storm. Life without purpose feels the same way. Epictetus taught that a firm purpose gives direction and strength, especially during hardship. Difficulties don't weaken a person with purpose. They reveal their character. A firm purpose isn't just about career goals or achievements. It's about understanding your values and deciding what kind of person you want to be. What do you stand for? What principles guide your decisions? These questions require honest reflection. When your purpose is clear, challenges become manageable. Problems no longer feel like dead ends, but like obstacles along a meaningful path. Finding purpose is not accidental. It's the result of deliberate reflection and self-examination. Once you discover it, you must protect it through discipline and consistency. Showing up every day, even when motivation fades, is how purpose becomes strength. Purpose acts as an anchor, keeping you steady when life becomes chaotic. The next principle is guarding your mind. Stoicism teaches that emotions are shaped by our thoughts, not by events themselves. When someone offends you, it's not their words that disturb you, but how you interpret them. This realization is powerful because it puts control back in your hands. Guarding your mind means choosing how you respond instead of reacting impulsively. Every time you pause before reacting, you strengthen your emotional discipline. This is a skill developed through daily practice. Small habits like setting achievable goals, reflecting on your emotions, and staying present help build self-control. It also means being careful about what you allow into your mental space. Just as you wouldn't fill your home with trash, you shouldn't fill your mind with toxic influences. Choose books, conversations, and environments that support growth and clarity. Guarding your mind doesn't mean avoiding reality. It means filtering what you absorb so it doesn't control you. Closely related is learning how to handle criticism. Epictetus reminded us that we cannot control the opinions of others, only our reaction to them. Criticism loses much of its power when you understand yourself deeply. When you act according to your values, external judgment matters less. When criticized, pause and reflect. Ask whether there's any truth you can learn from. Not all criticism is valid, but even harsh feedback can contain useful insight. Stoicism also emphasizes patience and gentleness. Responding calmly preserves your dignity and strengthens relationships. Having thick skin doesn't mean ignoring feedback. It means understanding that criticism often reflects the other person's emotions, not your worth. You can accept what's useful and discard the rest. This selective approach builds resilience and emotional intelligence. Another key Stoic principle is transforming offense. Being offended is natural, but remaining offended is a choice. Stoicism teaches us to acknowledge emotions without letting them dominate us. The space between stimulus and response is where our freedom lives. One effective technique is reframing. Instead of focusing on the insult, ask what you can learn from the situation. Empathy also plays a role. Understanding that others act from their own struggles can reduce anger and resentment. Forgiveness is central here. Holding on to resentment harms you more than anyone else. Forgiveness doesn't excuse wrongdoing. It releases its grip on your mind. Each offense you transform strengthens your character and emotional resilience. Next, let's talk about overcoming fear and shame. Stoicism teaches that fear and shame are created by our interpretations, not by events themselves. Fear often comes from imagining negative outcomes. When examined closely, it usually loses power. Shame often stems from past mistakes or societal expectations. Stoicism encourages self-forgiveness and reflection. Mistakes are lessons, not definitions of who you are. When you learn and move forward, shame transforms into wisdom. Gradual exposure to fear, reflection, and self-compassion builds resilience. Sharing struggles with trusted people also reduces their power. You're rarely alone in what you fear or regret. Another important Stoic practice is anticipating obstacles. This doesn't mean being pessimistic. It means being prepared. The Stoics called this premeditation of adversity. By imagining potential challenges ahead of time, you reduce their emotional impact when they occur. When you anticipate obstacles, you become flexible. Life rarely follows plan A. Stoicism teaches adaptability, patience, and persistence. Reflecting on past challenges helps you recognize patterns and improve your responses. Mindfulness strengthens this ability by keeping you calm and aware. Inner strength is another central theme. Epictetus famously said that what matters is not what happens to us, but how we respond. Inner strength grows through self-awareness, emotional regulation, and focusing on what you can control. You can't control others' actions, but you can control your attitude. Forgiveness, gratitude, and resilience all contribute to inner strength. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. Resilience turns setbacks into training for character. Vulnerability, when embraced with courage, becomes a source of confidence rather than weakness. Self-restraint is also essential. Stoicism teaches us to pause before acting or speaking. Impulsive reactions often create regret. Thoughtful restraint preserves peace and effectiveness. This applies to anger, communication, and decision-making. Delaying gratification builds discipline. Acting according to reason rather than impulse leads to better outcomes. Reflection and mindfulness strengthen self-control, helping you align actions with values instead of emotions. Acceptance is another foundational principle. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means acknowledging reality so you can respond effectively. Resisting reality only creates suffering. Acceptance allows you to focus on what's possible rather than what should have been. Letting go of perfectionism is part of acceptance. Imperfection is human. Gratitude reinforces acceptance by helping you appreciate what you already have. Acceptance in relationships means understanding others as they are, not as you wish them to be. Finally, Stoicism teaches us to live according to nature. This means living in alignment with reason, values, and our social nature. It involves cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues guide ethical decisions and meaningful action. Living according to nature also means embracing life's cycles, simplifying what doesn't matter, and focusing on what truly does. It means contributing to the well-being of others, living with gratitude, and respecting the world around us. As we conclude, remember this. True power lies not in controlling the world, but in mastering your mind and actions. Stoicism offers a path to calm, resilience, and fulfillment in an uncertain world. Practice these principles daily, and you'll find that no external storm can shake your inner peace. Thank you for joining this journey. Stay grounded, stay resilient, and continue your path toward wisdom and well-being.